I think you really need to define for yourself what type of impact you want to make. People talk about value aligns investing, and I think you need to really, what type of impact are you interested in? Are you interested in affordable housing? Are you interested in gender lens investing? Are you interested in job creation? Are you interested in youth empowerment? So it's really defining what impact thesis resonates with you, because it's only when you define what resonates with you will you measure it. And I think that you can't invest well if you don't track and measure the impact that you're creating with your investments. And for you to have that intentionality, it has to resonate from interest and passion for that subject. So that would be my advice for HNIs. And we have a number of HNIs and family offices that invested in our funds because they resonated with our mission of wanting to empower women and wanting to close the gender gap for women. But I always say that you can't grow what you don't measure. So it really has to resonate with you. It really has to resonate with the values that you hold dear. And it doesn't replace what you're doing now with your investments. It's just an added toolkit to enhance your portfolio. So that would be my advice for the HNIs and the families offices in the room, is to really find what interests you. Because when you have that passion, you will measure it, and you will be accountable to ensure that you continue to create impact, and it's not just a one-off investment.
First of all, full disclosure, I am invested in Aruwa's fund. I'm also an angel investor in RTA. And this is really what we're talking about, looking for how we take the resources that we have built out of the things that we do, and beyond the direct work that the business is doing, then begin as the entrepreneurs to plug into various places where we can make further impact. Just between these two ladies here, then my resources have gone into different sectors, different countries, different industries, and we're building capacity together. So that's one thing to take. The other thing is then to look at how you enable, if you look at the value chain of your vendors, your partners, just look at that whole value chain. You will see that there are people that you can build capacity in just by revisiting, as simple as looking at some of your terms of your contracts that enable them to have, to scale, because there's less pressure on them, freer cash flows and things, and then co-creating with them. So partnering with them on some of the projects that they want to do. So we do have those kinds of ventures that we're doing with smaller companies that are coming up. I talked about the community impact earlier. Apart from the fact that there are some things legislated now around how we work with communities, it's always just been that kind of partnership we've practiced over the last, it's actually almost 31 years in a few days. We thank God for that. So really just looking at how you're partnering to build capacity within those communities. And it's a lot of training, it's a lot of development, and it's not thinking about it as CSR. CSR is an easy to do. I think we all moved past that many years ago to now being sure that you can tangibly touch the results and that you create a framework whereby the people can continue thereafter.
We just did our latest impact survey, and since we've been investing, in the last 12 months or so, we're supporting over 205,000 jobs across 13 companies. I think about 70% of our portfolio, the workforce is under the age of 35 years of age. So this is real impact, right? I think we created about $150 million of value chain revenue. So going back to what Mrs. Joe-Edzibo was saying about the counterparties in your value chain and how you empower them. So this is real impact. Will I say that this kind of becomes less meaningful if I don't return 10x to my investors? I don't think so. I think in part that is very important, because for impact to be sustainable, it needs to be profitable and scalable, and repetitive and recyclable, but there is a lot of impact that happens along the way where jobs are created, livelihoods are improved, families are improved, children can go to school, people can have access to healthcare. So there is a lot of impact that happens along the way. But yes, exits are important because it ensures that capital can be recyclable for the next person to create impact. But I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
Sure.